Hey,
Ooh, good morning.
happy spooky morning to you, everyone. Or
Hello,
evening,
hello.
or afternoon, wherever you're at.
Well, we're hoping you're having a spooky time, whatever time zone you're in. You're joining us for the the spooky edition of Saturday PD.
Yes, yes. So let's do a little bit of chatting. Here's what's happening today. We will go around and introduce ourselves, and then we're gonna play you a quick video where you'll see everything you need to know to get started with Flipgrid, and then we'll slow that down a little bit, and we'll walk step by step, and you'll learn everything and a little bit more. But first, let's introduce ourselves and also share our costumes. And I clearly am not the winner of the costume contest, so Anne, kick us off.
Oh, well, friends, good morning, good morning. I am a magical unicorn, and I have with me my magician's hat.
Oh,
and
yes.
Magic words. Watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
Oh.
I might have another magic trick later.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Well, I don't have any magic tricks, but hey, good morning. I'm Jornea. I'm the lovely ladybug. And yeah, we're just here to have some fun today and learn a little bit about Flipgrid.
Hey, everyone, I'm Jess, and I am a witch, but a good witch, not a scary witch. And I'm so excited. If you all have costumes on with us, which I hope that you do, please take a picture and tweet it out so that we can share in on the fun on social media.
Yeah, and then my name's George. I work alongside these beautiful ed leads, Jess and Jornea, along with Adam. We just get to engage the community and do Saturday PDs like this. I also don't have any magic tricks, but I have lots of props just from our
Yes.
We'll throw in, just try to mix, because we'll really get our value for all these things that we've been on for bus tours and virtual whatever. Move on.
Yes. Okay. Hey, good morning, everyone. This is my mother's sweatshirt. It says law, so I am a lawyer who woke up like this. And that's the costume.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. But as George said, to formally introduce ourselves, we are the Flipgrid engagement team. We're all over the place right now, but and you say this all the time, you as educators around the world bring the heart and hustle, and we are so grateful that we get to support you. And so, as I mentioned today, we're just going to walk through how to get started with Flipgrid and answer any questions. So drop questions in the chat. We'll share resources for if you're watching this in the spooky future. I don't know why Halloween has to be spooky, but that's okay. And so, yes. Oh, wait, and Kathy Krasnowski, George, are you sailing the 7 seas?
Right, you are, Kathy. We are sailing the 7 seas, and we'll get into and it's perfect. Look at
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, do you want to talk real quickly about Kathy and Becky's book, since we have time?
Wait, what do you? Oh, Jornea, tell us about the book.
Tell us about the book. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, yes. So the 7 Seas with Microsoft by Kathy Krasnowski and Becky Keene. You guys have to get this. There's so many awesome stories and ideas from educators all around the world. So if you're looking for ways to just transform your classroom, check this book out.
Hey, this is not a sponsor, but we're not allowed to have sponsored content, but it is a great book. That's a recommendation from...
But that says, so much about our wonderful community of educators. They are so inspiring that, they want to just keep sharing with you all. So just as Kathy has sailed the 7 seas, we have the Merrills with the interactive class and so many different Flipgrid ideas. So whether you are writing books about it, tweeting about it, it's all about sharing. Amy Storer always says Flipgrid is simple, authentic, and so much fun. And we're bringing some of the fun to you today with these costumes.
Yes. Okay.
So first, have a magic trick yet?
Oh,
okay. And wait, no. Let's do the video and then a magic trick, and then we'll walk through.
I'm excited.
Okay, I am. I love this so much. All right, so a quick 2-minute video showing you everything you need to know, and then once again we'll have a magic trick, and then we'll slow things down a little bit and answer any questions.
Welcome to Flipgrid. Flipgrid is a simple, free, and accessible video discussion experience for pre-K to PhD educators, learners, and families. In Flipgrid, educators post discussion prompts and learners respond with short videos. To get started, go to Flipgrid.com and click Educator Sign Up to create a free Flipgrid account with Microsoft or Google. Once you've signed up, start the discussion by creating your first topic. Your topic can reflect on a chapter of reading, demonstrate an exercise routine, share a hypothesis, anything. I'll make this as simple as share one of your favorite discoveries. Add anything you want your learners to review prior to responding, such as links and videos, to foster enriching inquiry. You can also set the maximum recording time and choose to moderate your topic, meaning video responses will be hidden from your community until you approve them. Your topic is private to your learning community. Add the email domain of your learners, that's everything after the @ symbol in their email, or create a student list for younger learners. Add a guest password if you want to invite families or experts into your discussion. When you're ready, share with your learning community. All they need is this unique code. They can enter the code on the free Flipgrid app or on any computer with a webcam via the Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome browser at flipgrid.com. You can also copy and share this Flipgrid join link wherever you connect with your community, including Microsoft Teams, Google Classroom, and Remind. After clicking the unique link or entering the code, your learners will log in either with their Microsoft or Google account or the ID you created for them. Once in, they can see your prompt, access the text with the powerful Immersive Reader, and when they're ready, click record to add a video with the simple, fun, social media style Flipgrid camera. Share these.
Oh, hey!
Gosh, and are you ready for magic?
Time? All right, everybody. The magic word today is spooky, and I am going to take this normal blue and red cloth and turn it into green and yellow. And I guess I gave the secret away by not having a large enough hand to hide it. Oh.
Okay, well, if you just joined us, this is still the Flipgrid kind of getting started edition of like how you can get started as an educator for students and such. We have just a spooky edition where Anne's going to be doing, I guess, magic tricks. This was actually a past, I think, career for Anne. She had ventured, I think in LA, kind of just like doing tricks.
George, you say past career, I say concurrent career.
Oh, hey.
Oh,
But
hey.
yeah,
All right,
let's
well,
kind of get started. So with the video that we just kind of gave a quick overview, which is essentially available on demand if you like. If you go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/Flipgrid, you'll find that both for educators and students getting started. But we're actually going to also walk through that, I think starting with
Jess,
Jess.
and I think you're sharing your
I'm
screen.
going to share her screen and take us through the Flipgrid homepage, and then I'll hop into.
All right, everybody, let me get it ready. Here we go. Jess, you're on.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're at flipgrid.com right here. And this is where you're going to go both as an educator or as a student. But what you need to know is that educators are the only ones that create accounts. Students do not create accounts. They will simply enter the join code in that red box where it says enter a join code, which we will show you how to get here in a little bit. One thing that you absolutely need to know is Flipgrid is 100% free for everyone and will stay that way. So you'll see if you have not created an account, Anne was just zooming in there where it says sign up today, it's free. But because she already has an account, she's going to go ahead and click in educator login and we will take you into the dashboard. Now, before I get going with the dashboard, one thing I want to show you, actually, Adam, can you make that logo disappear? Because I want to show them what's in the upper right-hand corner there. There we go. So you'll see that there's this little widget that is the help button here. And so if you have any questions as you're navigating through the dashboard, you can click right there and simply type in what it is you're looking for. So maybe you want to know about feedback, maybe you want to know about getting started, whatever it is, you can type right in there and you'll see that a help article will pop up and give you directions. There will be videos or GIFs showing you and step-by-step of exactly what you need. So that's a really great thing that I want to make sure that you know of, that it's there at any time if you have questions. Now you will see that whenever Anne logged in, it took us to the discussion page. So this is always where it's going to be. We call this the home base, the educator dashboard, etc. And this is where all of your groups and your topics are going to be located. So we have two different things here. You'll see where it says topics. You'll see where it says groups. Your groups is your learning community. So think of this as your classroom or your book club or your PLC, and then the topics are within those groups. So the topics are the prompts in which you're asking your students to participate, or whoever you could do a topic for your grandma's birthday and having people participate. So you have the groups with the topics within, but you can also do a topic that is simply standalone if you don't want to have it with a group, if it's kind of a one-off thing. Guys, what do you think? Do you want to create a group today, or do you want to go with just a topic? What should we do?
Let's create a spooky topic and add it to a group later.
Perfect. All right. So Anna's going to click on topics, and we're going to hit that blue button that says add a topic. Now, there's only a few things you need to know in order to get started. It's really, really simple. So you'll see that it says topic essentials. So we're going to go ahead and give our topic a title. So we're going with something spooky Saturday fun. Perfect. And then our prompt, let's say using the camera effect. So we want to really know what's going on with the camera. Let's say using the camera effects, create your Halloween costume. So you'll be able to use the inking and the stickers and all the fun things that Anne's going to show you later to create a Halloween costume in case you didn't come to this the professional development already in your costume. All right, so anything that Anne is typing into this prompt box is actually going to be available with the Immersive Reader, which is a fantastic Microsoft Learning tool that we will show you that adds audio and visual supports for your students. It's nothing that you have to add. It's already there, and it is amazing. So note that you have up to 1,000 characters, so you can really be intentional. You can bold, you can underline, italicize, anything you need for emphasis within this prompt, and really get in there and give all of the details of the directions that you're giving. So after the prompt is your recording time. So you'll see that the default is 1 minute and 30 seconds, but it can be as little as 15 seconds all the way up to 10 minutes. So just be intentional about what it is that you're asking your students. We'll do 30 seconds for this video because we're just creating a fun scene. Excuse me. And then you'll notice to the right of that is the closed caption. So it is defaulted on, but you can change the language there, or you can turn them off. It is up to you. Something that we absolutely love is that as the educator, you are in complete control of everything with your topics. So after you choose your captioning, we have the option to toggle on or off topic moderation. Now, this is by default off, but what it means is if you want to turn this on, the videos are going to go directly to you as the educator before they're on the topic. So no one else, none of your students that are participating will see those videos until you choose to activate them. But it is defaulted off. We're going to leave it off for now. And then you'll notice the media. So this is a great place to start your learners thinking, to get them just excited and a little bit additional other than just the written prompt. So you can record a video, you can upload, add from YouTube, an image, a GIF, an emoji, whatever it is that you'd like. And you'll also see that bottom level too. You can add a Kahoot game, a Wakelet collection, a Nearpod, a Wonderopolis prompt, Bunsy, anything like that. So we're going to just go add a Giphy for the time being. We'll choose something from Halloween. Oh yeah, get that dancing pumpkin guy. It's my favorite. All right, great. So those are all of the essentials that you need for your topic: your title, your prompt, your time, and a media. That's it. So from there, we choose access control. So you'll see that there's a couple of different options. We have public and we have private. So under the private we have student email, where you can enter, if you are a Microsoft or Google school, you're simply going to enter the email domain. So I think I had seen a question asking about, do you need to add in, can students sign in with any email? What I would recommend here is using your school email domain, because it's going to be very easy for them. They already have those credentials set up through school, and so they'll be able to use the same Office 365 or G Suite credentials that they're normally using. So you'll type that in. You do not need to enter every single email address of your student. You're simply putting in the domain, anything that's after the @ symbol, that is it. And then they'll be able to authenticate in. If you do not have, oh yes, and thank you for typing that. I almost forgot. So a lot of times students have a different email domain than educators. So it might be STU or S-, something of that nature. So make sure that you put in that domain as well so that you both can access it. Now, if you do not have student emails, if you're not a Google or Microsoft school, the option would be student username. And so here you can actually add in, you can type in manually your student's first name, last name, and a small identifier. So it can be as little as 2 characters. So this can be their lunch pin, their classroom ID number, their initials, anything like that. And that will be, the username will be how they authenticate into the topic. So you can either put them in manually or you can upload a CSV file, whatever is more convenient for you. Now, on both the student email and the student username, you'll see underneath there it says guest password optional. So this would be if you want to invite different members of the community, the families, the mayor, an author, anything like that. You can simply put in a guest password and give that to that community member, and they'll be able to access the topic as well. So that is optional. Of course, you can toggle on or off. Now, I'm going to show you public as well, and I think that we should actually leave that one on because we want you to be able to participate in this PD and create your Halloween scenes. So the public topic would be if you're working in a situation like this with adult learners. We do not recommend this one for classroom use, but you simply give a join code to the participants, and then they will authenticate in with a Google or Microsoft email. So we're going to go ahead and leave it on public so that you all can participate and have fun. And we're going to hit create topic. That is it. The essentials and the access control. Easy. And just like that, your topic is ready. So you'll notice there's a ton of different ways in which you can share the code. So you can do a QR code, an embed code, share to Microsoft Teams, share to Google Classroom, share to Remind. And I know you're wondering, well, what if I'm sharing to Schoology? What if I'm sharing to Class Dojo? What if I'm sharing to Seesaw? You'll see that you can simply copy and paste and put that code anywhere that you are communicating with your learners. So that is what you specifically need to know in order to get your students started. And then they can simply click the code and they can access the topic from there. So we're going to copy that and drop it into the chat too, so that you all can access it and play along as Anne is showing us the camera. But that's all you need.
All right, we just shared the code and we'd love for folks to participate. This is a Saturday party. And when we do Saturday professional development, you know, sometimes we're silly. We're often silly, but this is a play to push buttons, have fun, space for educators, friends of EDU to connect and to try this. So I'm going to go ahead on my screen, click all set. And Adam, what's going on?
Hold on one moment. So as we're setting up the topic, and we'll go back, I'll show you how to set up a group after we've talked through the camera, but we have this great question. Can I use Flipgrid for non-credit private lessons or tutoring?
Yes.
Jornea, do you want to say the line?
Absolutely. If you can think it, you can Flipgrid it. So there's no limits to Flipgrid. So whether you are in a school-based setting, or maybe you want to use Flipgrid with your community or your family, anywhere, any place, anytime, any topic, it's all up to you.
And I love that, Lindsay, too, because you had said like private lessons, and that's great about like Flipgrid, is because you can control the environment in which you want to have that, you know, community or like, you know, silo type for that one student, or for a greater, you know, collaborative effort. So you can do it for like, that'd be actually perfect. That'd be a great use case, and definitely share how it is. I mean, we'll get to that later, but that's an awesome way to use Flipgrid.
Love. All right, Anne, carry on.
I was just going to say, combined with that moderation feature too, if it's like a private tutorial, if it's any kind of formative assessment or check-in, or even like a virtual help desk, that moderation feature is a pretty rad way for folks to, you know, to personalize their topic as well. All right, friends, what you are looking at now is simply the topic that we created, Spooky Saturday Fun. And remember, the prompt says, using the camera effects, create a Halloween costume for this Spooky Saturday Fun topic. But I just want to point out a few things on the screen. Again, excuse me, again, Jess mentioned the share button before, so you do have all of those options. But I just want to show you a few things. Notice there are no responses from your learning community yet. So you, as the educator, can use this shortcut to record a response. Again, you have that share option. but I just want to show you a trick I love to use. If you hover over this join code, you'll notice a pop-up that says view as a student. And so one thing that you can do is simply click on that and it will take you to the student view. I oftentimes use my Microsoft Edge shortcut and just type in the join code, but it is as simple as navigating to flipgrid.com. And Jess mentioned earlier, when your students are being invited to add their voice on a web-based device, they simply would navigate to flipgrid.com and click into that rectangle where it says enter a join code. Now, if your students are using a mobile device, they would just launch that free Flipgrid app and type in the join code or scan the QR code if you shared it with them. But I'm going to go ahead and show you. Let's see, 671-85317. And that's it. I just typed it in and it says go to topic. And you'll see right away, hey, our friend Manuel, awesome for adding. Thanks so much. And that's exactly what this is all about, the opportunity to record a response and have some fun. So you'll notice a few things on the screen now. You see that same topic prompt and you see a few big red indicators that you can push the button and record a response. But you also see one other incredible tool that's sort of hidden in plain sight. This little blue circle, if you notice when you hover over it, is called the Immersive Reader. And we'll be sure, Jess, Jornea, Adam, George, remind me if I forget to talk about the Immersive Reader later when we're viewing something, but I want to go right into the camera and show people the powerful creation tools built into the Flipgrid camera. So friends, help me remember if I forget to come back to Immersive Reader, okay? Okay, they say. So I'm going to go ahead and click this red record a response button. And what you will see is the ability for me to join with either Google or Microsoft. And I'm going to go ahead and log in with my account. Let's see how quickly this will pop up. And I just sign in. And again, this is a public grid, so I'm sending it to you as the community who's going to share. And now you'll see I'm right here in the Flipgrid camera. And I have a few things I want to point out. I have a few buttons along the bottom, and I have a few buttons right over here in the top. What you'll see is the topic card if you want to have that reminder of what the topic prompt is. You simply click on that topic card button. We also have sticky notes enabled on this camera, so you can think of these as a cue card. And oftentimes on a device, we say, hey, students, put it in front of your face. That way you're not distracted. You can put it right on the device under where the camera is. These do not get submitted, but they're like little sticky notes or cue cards that help students if they want to use them. Now, I love pointing out the options button and the effects button. And I'm going to start really quick with the options button because what you will see nested in, let's zoom in a little bit. I'm using two monitors, so I have, I'm looking up here and down here where everybody's in a different place. But check this out. Under that ... with the options, you have the ability to upload a clip, which could be a video you've created in a different tool. You can mirror your video. What? What did you say? Mirror a video? Yeah, mirror your video. Tons of creative possibilities. What if this is for a world language class? What if you're talking about an author's perspective or character's point of view for a book talk? So many creative ways you can use that feature. You also have the ability to mute the audio. Paper slide videos, remove background audio. That's a powerful feature as well. And friends, I'm so proud to share this one as well. We have a built-in screen recorder that you can use to capture your browser window, a tab. What if it's a slide deck that your students have created, a Minecraft world? Tons of possibilities built in right here under the options. Now, you also have that magic wand, and yes, I do have my magic wand too. And when you click on that effects button, you're going to see other creative tools built right into the Flipgrid camera. So I love taking a moment and clicking on these just to show you possibilities. All of these filters are a very fun way. Now, I'm a magical unicorn, so I might stick with this rainbow effect today, but you have all of these different creative filters that you can use to change the theme or tone of your video. I love that you even have a pixel mode and a bricks mode for students who might be camera shy, a mystery reader, a mystery element, all these creative possibilities. Super black and white, and another favorite is vaporwave, right? So you can pick a filter to change the elements and the way visually it looks. Now, if you arrow back, you're going to see the additional effects. One of them is frames. So I'm just going to very quickly show you what some of these look like and just show you how fun and the creative possibilities for your students or even you as you're creating a response. I love this breaking news one and adding text boxes to create your own news reports. And Jess's family members, there's a little boy who loves to say, coming to you live from Channel 5. But what a great creative possibility for any learning share, right? Adam, did you want to pop in and say something super exciting about coming live from Channel 5?
Formative assessment or check-in or
No, I just wanted to show Jess laughing in agreement. Totally true.
Yes, my godson. This is the only filter he'll use
I
every time.
love it. I love it. Well, friends,
So good.
it's all of this is just nested under that effects tab. And I'm going to go ahead. I think I'm feeling this magical one today. And I love to just click right back on that that magic wand to get back to all of the features. Now, emojis, right? You can use any kind of emoji. And if we're talking about creative possibilities, and this one is all about potential Halloween shares. Now, let me go ahead and zoom out and just show you. You have so many possibilities, whether they're people that you're adding into your response. You can toggle over to accessories and have all kinds of fun, creative accessories. Oh, hey, look, I already have my own magic glasses on, right? I might just move those over there for a moment. But friends, I taught first grade and I talked all the time about the power of an emoji, not only to support pre-readers, emerging readers, getting all kinds of descriptive details and verbiage. Think about visual supports and how this can add to whatever kind of response you're creating on Flipgrid. So all of these accessories are a super fun way to get creative, but I want to show you some beautiful elements that we've built into our design team, and especially Cindy Gebhard, shout out to her, has created gorgeous custom sticker packs from musical notes to mathematical symbols, to American Sign Language, to reactions and social justice packs and sticker packs and conversation starters. So all of these are incredibly powerful ways for you or your scholars to add in elements to their Flipgrid responses. You, of course, can find those magical Flipgrid creatures, and I'm going to go ahead and add in my unicorn and just show you. I want to flip him around and make it a little bit bigger, and maybe I duplicate it and have a smaller one, right? So little unicorn friends running in the forest, I don't know. So many possibilities, friends, and that's why we're sharing this topic with you, is to just simply have fun. You also have text features that you can add where you choose a creative font. You can change the color of the font, the background of the font, simply by choosing those and starting to change the colors. You have a drawing tool. So if you think about your scholars annotating on screen, I mentioned that I taught first grade. So we spent a lot of time talking part plus part equals whole. Imagine if you're graphing velocity and change in speed, or you are documenting the steps to solve an equation, or you're taking quick notes while you're documenting an experiment. Tons of possibilities. Change the color, change the thickness, and draw all over the screen. Notice I'm doing it on camera, but we also have a very cool effect called board. And friends, you have all kinds of creative boards, whether it's dot paper, and check this out, dot, graph, lines, notebook, galaxy, that vapor waves, and here is some more magical elements built right in. You have a split screen. So you as the educator could be on camera. You could be talking about your academic content and be side by side utilizing the split screen feature. Tons of creative possibilities, whether or not you choose to use those board features. And another one built in is simply a custom photo upload. So you can go ahead and drop an image or click to browse and upload your own sticker pictures right inside Flipgrid. Now, friends, my little Halloween scene is a bit silly because I'm just doing a quick demo and showing you what these creative elements are. And I'm going to show you how simple it is to record. So you notice that big red universally recognized record symbol. When you click on it, you get a quick countdown. Magical unicorn, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat, right? So just something silly for this demonstration, but your student's response can be as simple or as sophisticated as you want it to be. And I'm just going to click pause. And notice the next step would be to just click that green next button. And if you want, you have the ability to add more by clicking that option. I'm just going to go ahead and advance through and click next. Now notice this is a brand new selfie submission. This takes the first frame of your video and it works so quickly where you can just use that and submit your video. You also have the option to select a frame, take a selfie, or upload a photo if you want to customize your selfie. Now, mine is rather silly, but I'm going to roll with it and show you I don't have to do any additional steps. It's that fast, and I'm just going to submit my video. And here we go. You'll notice it's going through that upload process, and success! Your video is now visible on the topic. I have a few options to download and share if I want, but oh, I see some awesome videos that have already been added. Jeremy, shout out to you with the magical sloth. Andy Kneeland, who is the coolest yellow crayon I've ever seen. Jess, oh my gosh, yeah, Adam, Jornea, George, and of course our awesome friend Manuel. Friends, it's that simple. Every smile, every picture right here represents somebody sharing their voice. And from a lovely ladybug to a super spooky fun pirate to our law student out there with his monocle on, so many possibilities for amplifying, sharing, celebrating, and showcasing student creativity and student voice. Friends, come back on screen. Come back on screen.
We're back.
Hello. Just like magic. Spooky.
Now, I know there's
so good.
and a few things. I know we can show what it looks like again on the teacher side. We have some more magical things to share built into Flipgrid, but I just wanted to say, like, it's so fun. One thing that inspires me so much about Flipgrid is that people can create anything they want to, right? And the educator could share a learning goal, an objective, set expectations, say 3 emojis max. You have all that freedom and flexibility as the educator when you create the topic. But seeing those smiles and seeing that creativity already on screen, it always makes my heart so happy, because the power of voice, authentic voice, for whatever purpose and celebration you're sharing it for.
Yes. Yes. I mean, absolutely. And beautiful camera demo. Let's show. So in the Help Center, Anne has a very similar demo to, well, I mean, first and foremost, you can just rewind this video and watch again here. But if you want to share, we've had teachers reach out in the past and say, hey, I want to share just the camera features with my scholars. Like, I want them to be able to explore everything. And right in the Help Center, you can actually find all of that. So here Anne has it pulled up, just help.flipgrid.com. Anne, go ahead.
Yeah, so exactly. I just went right into help.flipgrid.com and I searched camera. And when you notice you just start typing in words, you'll have different filters or different results populate. So I just clicked on the Flipgrid camera features and effects, and you'll see there is an additional video that we have shared that talks about the creative possibilities. So if you're looking for a resource to share with your learning community, whether it's your educators, the teachers you're working with, or even your students, you can follow along with this. And I'll walk you through those same buttons and those same filters, and what the Flipgrid camera and the power just built in for endless creative possibilities right there on that Help Center article.
And speaking of power, Anne, you charged us with reminding you. Let's talk about the Immersive Reader.
Yay. Okay, so friends, I am back here on this topic. Yay, we have some more friends. Lauren, and I saw Lauren's tweet earlier today. Awesome. And our crazy girlfriend. Thanks for joining in. But as Adam reminded me, I mentioned I want to talk about this special blue button called the Immersive Reader. Now, the Immersive Reader is a Microsoft learning tool that is built in and completely embedded throughout Flipgrid. So it's here as a support for anybody who wants to use it. When you click on it, what you're going to notice is, and this is a short topic, so it's just that one sentence, and you notice the ability to play aloud the topic prompt. So if somebody wants an audio support, they can even change the voice speed, the voice selection. But I want to point out in the top right corner, you have a few additional text preferences. You can increase or decrease the text size, increase and decrease spacing. I love that there are font options to provide a more accessible font if somebody does need that visual support. You can additionally have the option to toggle a different contrast, like a dark theme or a light theme, if you prefer that kind of support. You also have the ability to use some grammar options, enable syllabication, identify parts of speech. And I mentioned that I'm a former first grade teacher, and I talked about nouns, verbs, and adjectives with my students all the time. But check this out in terms of the power of providing accessible tools to support any of your learners if they choose to use this. And I love that this provides supports not only, if somebody has a visual need or support that they're wanting to, but what if you're learning a new language and you want that support as well? These are powerful features, just built right in. And I love clicking all the buttons and demonstrating how powerful this is, because again, you will find it is built in and embedded throughout Flipgrid. Additionally, there's a picture dictionary you'll find, and the ability to translate by word or by document and provide a translation. So imagine if you're sharing with your learning community and families in your community or the guests you're inviting, and they want to utilize that support as well. What an incredible resource to have access to. And this is called Immersive Reader. And check this out. Here's an example of that picture dictionary. Oh, I love this. I wonder if there's one for Halloween. So incredible. Hey, let's have some fun. You ready for this?
I love that fun picture pictures. And because so the immersive reader, like you said, is it's intertwined all across Flipgrid. So on those videos you might have seen, there's some text comments. So even those you can enable. So if we were to go into, trying to see which one has a comment on it.
Well, let's click on this lovely ladybug. How about that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Hey, happy Saturday.
All right. And notice the ability to add text comments. George, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, this is actually a very new feature that we inspired by the community that we wanted to bring in, because we know there's different levels in which you can engage with your students, and one being video, and then also having the ability to do text comments. So on any video response, you as a student, giving a peer-to-peer reply, can go in and leave a text comment. And so with that, so you see Anne right now is leaving a text comment. It'll pop in. She left that. And then once she made it the submission, because she's authenticated in, it'll populate her name in. And then also those 3 dots in the top right of that text comment has the ability to do Immersive Reader. So if she were to click that, she could then do the full capabilities of that thing that she went through all throughout. The picture dictionary, the line spacing, line focus is all there. So it's really cool because wherever there is text in the student side, they have that ability to use Immersive Reader to really empower them, for any learner, to be able to engage.
I love that. Oh my gosh, it's such a powerful tool. And I love the comment. Sabrina just mentioned it. If anybody sees that, this is a really cool feature. And I love it too, as an educator, that I can just add a quick comment back. Students can provide formative or constructive feedback, or you can extend dialogue. Literally, there are endless possibilities for the ways you can use all of these tools built into Flipgrid. So let's take a quick look at it from the teacher side, and then Jornea has something magical to share that's also built into your Flipgrid account. All right, friends, I'm just coming back here, and remember when I first started, I had 0 responses. I bet if I click refresh, you're going to see, oh my gosh, 11 incredible responses. And I'm assuming that, I'm just going to say, Jornea, since we used your video earlier, we're going to use it again. And for example, when I click on hers, as the educator, I have a bunch of additional things I can do. I can, of course, add that public comment. I can engage with it in different ways, but notice these other tab options. I can provide feedback to Jornea. And I love that this is built into the educator dashboard. When you're viewing a response, you have the ability to add private video feedback, use the embedded rubric. I can provide private written feedback to Jornea as well. There's a few options for how to share it. But one of the powerful tools built in was that closed caption feature. And I did not enable the captions for this, but if you have them enabled, you have the ability to edit those captions if needed. So many powerful tools built in. And as an educator, you simply go into your topic, have all of those responses, and can begin to engage with them as needed. Notice the comment feature, and let's say I wanted to, I could use my batch actions and do all kinds of things like add them to a mixtape, print the QR codes, or even download them if needed. So tons and tons of powerful tools built into the Flipgrid experience. Jornea, what else should we talk about?
Well, we do have a question that I think we can answer right now.
Okay.
So Llama asks about sharing the code with students. And Llama, we created a public topic for today's purposes, but as mentioned earlier, as Jess was going through, you can create that private topic for your class in which you'll be able to either choose your access control type, And is toggling it now to private. So you'll see you can add in your students' email domains or specific email addresses, or even create student usernames for your students. So there's many options when it comes to Flipgrid in a school setting to maintain privacy. So Lama, thank you so much for asking that question. Once you add in that access control, then yes, just share the code and the students will authenticate with the choice that you've selected.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's learn a little bit more about ways to discover inside of Flipgrid. And so one thing we do know is that as educators, we work better together, and Discovery is a place just for you. It's a place where educators are submitting the topics that they're engaging their students in conversations with, as well as our incredible partners are providing their content in the form of topics available to you for free. So you'll see in Discovery, we pull out a topic of the day and a wonder of the day. So our topic of the day today is from KQED, all about the Electoral College. We want to make sure everybody goes out and vote. And then also, you'll see that wonder of the day from our partner at Wonderopolis. What is dragon fruit? And oh my gosh, I love dragon fruit. Do you guys like the ones at Starbucks? Like the best ever.
Big fan.
You know, when I first heard of dragon fruit, I was like, I wonder, what is that about? And Wonderopolis has a wonder where your students can learn all about dragon fruit. So you'll see we have almost 30 partners now that are providing all of their content, inside of Discovery Library for free. So anywhere from Equal Justice Initiative to reading books on EPIC or learning about careers with Find Your Grind. There's so many options for students and families and educators. So if you want to learn more about dyslexia and how to meet the needs of students, you can find professional development topics right from Made by Dyslexia. We have something fun coming up that we will announce very soon with Made by Dyslexia, so you guys stay tuned with that. And so another thing I just want to point out, in addition to these incredible partners, you can search all of the topics inside of the Discovery Library just by filtering, either by subject or by audience, or even search terms. Now, one thing I will say about Discovery is I love it for inspiration. So right before I started sharing, I actually submitted my own topic. And fun fact, I used one of Anne's topics to duplicate it and change it up a little bit for my purpose. Okay, so that's the cool thing about it. You can start off with someone's topic and then you can make it your own. So here's the Flipgrid costume party. If you want to use this topic with your learning community, it's right there, readily available for you inside of Discovery for your students to explore and do the same fun activity that we did today. That would be a fun way for students to get started with Flipgrid. You'll also see that we have collections that we curate really often to either meet special needs during certain times of the year. So this week is Teach Graphics Week. And what's so cool about this, if you haven't checked this out yet, is that you will see illustrators going step by step on how to create these awesome illustrations, or sharing a little bit how they are inspired with writing and drawing for your students to explore. And these come right from Scholastic. So you'll see either the author or the illustrator sharing their tips and ideas with students, and then your students can also create their own videos to respond. All right, I think I've covered most of Discovery. There's so much with Discovery. We even highlight educators. So our wonderful friends who are always adding in topics inside of Discovery. You'll see inspiring creators from our educator community. So thank you all for continuously adding to Discovery. I know this week we will hit 30,000 topics. So make it happen with us and we will celebrate.
Woohoo!
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Topics. Oh my gosh. That's
That is a spooky good number.
Yes.
We're staying on theme. Speaking of on theme, this is like a George segue. Like, I'm gonna George, we love you so much. Let's talk about we talked about topics and we talked about groups. How are they similar? How are they different? Why would I create a group? And how do I create a group?
Yeah, sure. So your group, as I mentioned earlier, is your learning community. So this is really going to be whenever when you're creating it. So even for myself, I taught middle school. So what I did was a group for each class period that I had. And so within the group, all of your topics for that class go right inside of it. So the one that we created just now, the topic was just a one-off topic. We probably don't need a whole group in which we're doing it. We're just having a fun Saturday party. But say we wanted to have a whole group specifically for every time we do a Saturday professional development, we could do it like that. So Anne just clicked the add to group button. If you think, you created a topic and then you're like, you know what, I actually do want this to be in my room 4 group, then all you do is go and choose that and hit add. And that's easy enough, right? Like that. But in order to create a group, you actually follow a similar process to how we created a topic. So you'll see on that discussion page, you can toggle between topics and groups, and you'll hit create group. So Anne's going to click on that for a moment, and we can see what pops up. So right here, this is where you set the access immediately. So just like we did within the topic, but you'll go ahead and start that right from the jump. So like I said, this would be, so Anne's doing room 4, October 2020. It could be math period 7. It could be Jess's book club. It could be, grade 6 PLC, whatever it is that you want. Now, the thing that's really cool about the group is you can change the join code. So you can make it, so I'm shocked that math period 7 wasn't available.
I just thought the same thing.
So you can do it something that's easy for your students to remember. I always did boys period 2, boys period 3. I was like, look, if you know what my name is and you know when you have me, you'll be able to get into the group. And what's nice is they only need that one code, and then they can access every single topic that you put within that group. So you can go in there, you add your students, same, you choose if it's the student email versus the student username, and then that's all there is to it. So this is creating your place where you're housing all of your topics. So Anne just did add your students. So same thing, we're going to add the email domain and we're good to go. It is a very similar process. Oh, whoa. A very similar process to whenever you're creating your topics. And then you'll have the same share options as you had whenever you shared your topics as well.
Yep.
And with the ringing of a bell, it's time to pass periods. And so we're going to our next class. But before we do, I don't know. Now I'm a law professor. Why not? Why not? Happy Halloween. Let's talk about additional resources, upcoming opportunities. We've talked a lot about the Help Center. Where else should we be looking? And hint the Twitter. But also, let's talk about where else you can find Flipgrid and what not so spooky, what exciting panel is coming up on Tuesday.
Awesome. All right, so starting off with resources, the blog page is a great place for you to be inspired, either by educators or new things coming with Flipgrid, new fresh ideas. So you'll see lots of resources. I think Anne right now is in our Help Center with all the remote learning resources that are available to get you started. And now she is going to the blog page. And shout out to our teammate, Angela, who does a phenomenal job with the blog. As you see right at the top, we have the newest edition of the Ask Yaritza series, all about how to have conversations on race. So every Monday, Yaritza goes live talking about culturally responsive teaching. You'll see updates from her as well as resources for you to take back to your classroom the very next day. You'll also find really interesting, it's so hard for me to see the screen right now, but you'll also find really interesting stories about educators. You'll see our latest updates. You'll find out all about the events that are coming up with Flipgrid, and then also ideas that you can take back to your learning community. So a couple shots out. Anne has the Microsoft Global Learning Connection up. So that is coming up November 10th and 11th. This is a great way for you and your scholars to be able to connect with classrooms all around the world. And it's supercharged with Flipgrid. So we have topics ready for you to explore with your learning community. In addition to that, this Tuesday, please join us for a family learning panel with our friends at Wonderopolis. Now, what's so neat about that is that we are partnering with Wonderopolis for their 10th birthday, and we'll be discussing all things family engagement. So anything from how do we really foster family engagement in the school setting to bridging that gap between home and school learning. There's so many different possibilities that we'll be talking about this Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central with our friends at Wonderopolis.
Hey.
Yeah, and you can find that. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, George, no, I just was telling people, like, I'm doing the navigating on the back end. And because I have that external monitor, that's why some of these things look really small. But George, I'm going to zoom in. Take it away.
Zoom away.
Spooky Zoom.
Yeah, we love that.
We love
like
spooky.
I was saying, we have the panel discussion this Tuesday coming up, and you can go and set a reminder if you go to our YouTube, youtube.com/Flipgrid, or if you're watching on the YouTube channel right now, you'll see that family engagement panel discussion webinar holder, and you can actually set a reminder for yourself to be reminded for that webinar when it begins. But it'll be really great. We're doing that with Wonderopolis as well as NCFL. And just like talking about how you can, like, if you're an educator, providing those resources for families and students to create that connection, as well as how they can continue to have those relationships that you might be missing out on, like in parent-teacher conferences or making sure the social emotional learning for parents that are trying to teach at home, all things that you would need, because we know that everyone's in different environments, especially in this time.
Yeah. One of the really cool things about our YouTube channel is we're trying to provide lots of bite-sized learning opportunities. You see an incredible playlist of tips and tricks from, Joe and Kristen Merrill. You'll see the Ask Yuritsa series. You'll see videos from even our team, the developers who are creating the tools. But the resources like this and the conversations with Discovery partners, this panel is going to be incredible. Friends, tons of stuff is going on at youtube.com/Flipgrid. So as Mike Folfson would say, ring that bell and get subscribed, because it's an incredible resource for learning.
I love that. Love that, love that, love that. Well, in addition to all this, thank you all so much. Our Twitter handles are here. Also, of course, check out the Flipgrid Twitter handle, tons of ideas as well as support. So as we mentioned at the very beginning, when you join Flipgrid, not only are you joining this product and this platform that you can use with your scholars and community and families, but you're also joining an incredible community of educators who are just so supportive and inspiring, and Twitter is a wonderful way to get connected with all of those fabulous people.
Yeah, and the hashtag Flipgrid for all as well is a really great place to go, and that on all social media, you will find so many ideas that people are sharing, and it's just, I'm inspired every single day when I go on that hashtag and just scroll through. You will be inspired, I promise.
We love to say that the Flipgrid for All community is the raddest, loudest, most passionate community of educators and friends of EDU on the planet. And it really truly is a better together sort of approach to learning, people sharing incredible ideas and resources and encouraging each other, because especially now during this crazy time in education, you all, Adam said it, I'm going to say it again, are bringing the heart and hustle every day. And we're so inspired by all you do to empower your learning community. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. Happy Spooky Saturday.
Thanks for joining in, everybody.